Well, yeah, yes. It's a good day to dance. It's a good day to enjoy life. Hi, everybody over there in social media land. We are here again on another episode of the Question Live Show. Oh, I think my screen is turned. I think my screen is backwards. We are here on another episode of the Question Live Show with your host, Verona Willis-Brown. And that is what I do. We show up here. We show up here not only because we want to show up, we show up because we're here to inspire, to empower, and to support you. So if you have a story, if you have a book, if you have work in progress, come on into this space so we can work together, build together, grow together, but most of all, of course, support each other. Because when we support each other, we will grow stronger. But when we don't support each other, we are going to be apart and we are going to be weaker. So we are not weak people, we are strong people. Because we are strong people, we have greatness in us, and greatness is not weak. So because we are strong, we want to come together so we can build a community of strong people making strong and positive impact. So I want to welcome you to another episode of the Question Live Show. This is here where we are one big family. So come on in. Now listen up. If this is your first time, if this is your first time tuning in, wait, are you seeing my screen? See that my screen is backwards. If this is your first time tuning in, you never heard of the Question Live Show before, never heard of Verona Willis-Brown before, and you never heard of the Are You Free Enough platform. Well, I want to say to you, welcome. It is good to have you. No, if this is your first time, I want to say go over to that side, put in the comment section that it is your first time, and then you're considered a newbie. You're a new member of the family. And if it is your first time, we want to welcome you. Yes, we do. We want to welcome you to the family. So don't be shy. Put it over there that it is your first time so we can welcome you with a hearty welcome. Because first timers, they do get special welcome, darling. Yes, they do. They get special welcome. So I want to welcome you. Now, if this is not your first time, simply mean second, third, fourth, fifth, five, or whatever. Any number after first time simply means you are a returning audience. And if you are a returning audience, I want to say to you, welcome just the same. Welcome, because when you show up, I show up, we show up together. Hey, we are just here creating a whole big thing, and we are expanding our family. So that's what we do. So for those of you who are returning, you know what we do. We wave and we welcome the first timers. Yes, we don't let them feel left out. We want them to feel very welcome. No, for those of you who are returning, you know exactly what's going to happen at this moment. So newbies, you are considered newbies until you are returning. Newbies, at this point, I just want to let you know that we do have some rules here. No, when I say rules, don't let your heart go flat or your mind go scatter because I say rules. Rules are everywhere you go. Whether you go to my house, I go to your house, you go to church, you go to school, you go to mass, you go to temple, you go to the synagogue, you just go around the entire world. There are rules. Some we make, some we break, some we abide by, some we just like, whatever, right? We got a few of them. And we call them house rules. Absolutely, we call them house rules. And the show is called the Question Live Show, so you must be asking, how many rules are we talking about? 5, just 5 rules, 5 simple rules that we have here. And what are they, man? We go over them. Yes, we should go over them. First one is, if you are watching me right now, you're watching me, and I see you wave to me. Put your name in the audience, greet somebody, and I acknowledge you. Once I acknowledge you, how I acknowledge you? By putting your name on the screen. When I spotlight your name on the screen, of course, it will show that you're in the live audience because I cannot do that all the time. So if I put your name on the screen, all I ask you to do, because I say I see you in the live audience, just go over there, in here, in this side. In the middle of the screen, you are going to see the word share. Please click the share button and share this live. Share it with somebody else so they can come on in and dine with us. You see, sharing the live is like sharing yummy, yummy, yummy food that just come off the stove or out of the oven. The one that your mama cook or somebody cook or anybody. That it is not your favorite meal. Why? Because it tastes so good and they made it so good. So it is your favorite meal and you want to share your favorite meal. Because we do that every day. We share that every day. Which is the roach, the rat, the dog, the cat, the birds, the flies, whoever. We share every day. You see, my mama told me it is not good to withhold food from anybody. So let me tell you right about now, do not withhold food from anyone. So when they want to share a rice grain, a bean, a piece of chicken, whatever you have, share. And if you will be watching this and you don't see me spotlight your name on the screen, most likely you are watching the replay. And if you are watching the replay, go over in the comment section, hashtag replay in there. And when you hashtag replay, you're just going to let us know what is it that you learn here. Because this is a learning platform. And because it's a learning platform, we are students and teachers at the same time. So we show up with the same intention, and that is to live, to learn, to teach. When we learn something, we must have the intention to teach it to somebody else. So that is why we show up here on the Question Live Show. So with that said, if you are watching the replay, I ask you to do the same thing. Go over there in the middle of the screen. You see the share button. If you see the share button, click that share button and invite somebody else to come on in and dine with you. You see, sometimes it's just not good to eat alone. You want somebody to dine with you, sit down with you, talk about the food, enjoy, have a nice conversation. So let me tell you about the replay. The replay is like having leftover food. And some leftover food do taste good, darling. Yes, because it's like cooking the food twice. So twice as nice. So you want to share that as well. Yes, share. You see, we hear this all the time that sharing is caring, but no. Here, I am not going to enforce that. That sharing is caring. Sharing it, because that sounds so really cliche. We're not doing that. Sharing is a part of our DNA, and caring is a part of our DNA as well. So we want to put those two together, become great sharers of the world and great carers of the world. So that is what we want to do, because what the world needs somebody to care, and the world needs somebody to share as well. So whatever you have, share. You don't got to share nothing called monetary. If you choose not to, but share a smile, share a compliment, just share. Share your heart space. Share your home. Share. Sharing is good for you. It is healthy. Now that was rule number 1. Rule number 2, grab yourself something to write with, whether it is a pen, a pencil, a marker, a crayon, color pencil, whatever it is. It could be a piece of feather. Now, if it is a piece of feather, I ask you to get some ink, some paint, to dip it in, and to scrabble away. Where in a book or a piece of paper. If you don't have any of such, you want to use your electronic device and you want to get in there, go in there and scroll and find a blank page. Utilize that blank page, because that's why they created it, so we can utilize it. Yes, go in there. And if you do watch it, and if you're watching me from one device and you have another one called your cell phone, go in there and scroll in there just the same, find a blank page and utilize that blank page as well. Now, if you don't have a blank page in your cell phone, I'm not sure what to say, but if you don't, by some reason or not, you can just go back on your cell phone and text back to yourself. Text to yourself. Now, of course, the show is called Question Live, so you must be asking, Verona, what is it that you are telling us to write down and text back to ourselves? Great. As your host, I am responsible to answer you. You see, here on the Question Live Show, we drop juicy contents and golden nuggets, and I encourage you to write them down. Write them down for several reasons. When we write things down, we are extracting the very thoughts out of our head. We are putting them on paper, and we are seeing that paper. The paper and the information is looking back at us, and we can't avoid it because it's looking at us, and that is how we are going to manifest the very things that we write them, because we set goals, we write them down. Do not let things play around in your head. You write them down now, they look at you. You're not going to erase them. We're in the business of manifesting the very things that we want and the very things that we desire and the very things that we were created for. So write things down. And another reason is when you write one word down, that word equal to sentences and sentences, and those sentences equal to paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs, and those paragraphs equal to pages and pages and pages. And as a result of all those pages, you might just end up with a book. And not only a book, but you might just become a published author. Why? Because we all have stories inside of us. And we as writers, we write our own story and we attempt to write your story. But it's not as effective as you writing your own story. So we all got story piled up in you, and I encourage you to just extract those stories and bring them out. Why? Because your story might just be a strategic way for somebody to get through something. It just might add to a solution to add and smooth out their circumstances and their situation. So just let you know, somebody might be waiting for your story right about now. Yes, indeed. So as we talk about solution, let us go to rule number 3. Rule number 3 is grab yourself something to drink, whether it is water, wine, tea, juice, soda, whatever it is that you drink. It could be some shake, some smoothie, some porridge, some soup, some broth, whatever. Maybe you're sucking on a popsicle, whatever it is. I just ask you to put in the comment section that you are drinking something. If you decide to tell me what it is, that is up to you. I am not asking you to tell me what it is. That is none of my business. I'm just saying to put that you're drinking something. Why? Because when you put that you're drinking something, what happened here on the Question Live Show? We celebrate each other. So whether it is your small win, your big win, whatever it is, we like to celebrate you. So if you are celebrating your birthday, your anniversary, you found out you're pregnant, you just had a baby, you found out you got engaged, you got married, all that good stuff, you went back to school, you start school, your children start school, your children celebrating their birthday, somebody celebrating their anniversary, anybody, your culture is celebrating something, your country is celebrating something, we would like to celebrate with you. So whatever is it that you're drinking from, whether it is a glass, a cup, a spoon, a bowl, whatever, we just say, bring it on in, and we raise it together, and we say cheers. Because when we do that, when we celebrate each other, it is a form of support, and that is the whole point to this life, is to support each other, because we cannot stand alone. So I ask you to come on in and put that you are drinking something. Now, as you put that you are drinking something, that is great, because all that drinking, Lord knows. So before we go through all that, let me tell you something. We are all on this journey for life, and life says that we create success stories. And because we create success story, we can't build success story by ourselves. Absolutely not. So with all that drinking, now you might want to use the bathroom. So whether your bathroom is to the right, to the left, wherever your bathroom is located, please go now, call, run on by, and go on, and then you're going to come back and grab your seat right in the Question Live Show. You see, when you grab your seat right here, it's because it is reserved. It is reserved with your name on it. And not only your name, but your intention, your expectation, your goals, your gifts, your talent, your purpose, your passion, your destiny. All of that is there. And you see, inside of all of that is greatness. And because greatness is inside of us, listen, I am just here to let you know that we come together to create a whole galaxy of greatness, a whole galaxy of great people making great impact, because that's what we do up in here. So yes, indeed, gone over there, use your bathroom and come on back. But ladies, let me tell you something. Anywhere we go, there's always a line to our bathroom. So if you are outside and you're watching me right now, and there is a line to the bathroom, and you are in that line, excuse yourself over to that side and say, excuse me, can I use the bathroom? Use that bathroom, and you're going to come right back here. But when you get back here and you don't see your seat, that's okay. Your seat is there. But don't you worry. All you got to do is stand in place or put your bottom on the floor, because guess what? There's always a position for you to fill. Yes. You see, when I talk about position, I'm talking about, listen, in life, we want to be successful. However you want to define success, that is fine by me. But we all want to be successful, and no one person can succeed by themselves. Absolutely not. So there's always a position for you to fill. No one. Whether you're the prime minister, the president, the councilman, the mayor, wherever you stand in line, whether you are a teacher or a student, you are not going to succeed by yourself. You did not get in a position by yourself. Therefore, listen to me, audience. Nobody under the sound of my voice, cannot succeed by themselves. We need each other. So let us get into the mentality that supporting each other does not mean that you have to offer them monetary gifts. Support means you show up, you stand and say, listen, I see you. Just to acknowledge somebody that is saying that you're supporting them. So we need to understand this concept that support simply means that you acknowledge that somebody is there. That is just one area to support somebody. So we need each other. That is the reason why it's not only me that is alive on this earth. Somebody else is there. So I call you today to say, listen, support each other one way or the other. Support is needed. Now, with that said, let us go to the next tiny eye. Listen, and another thing. Even though I mentioned to you that you are drinking all those stuff, I like to recommend that you drink water, right? Drink water. Why? Water quenches thirst, it flushes your body of toxins, and it flourishes the skin. You see, I like to show up with my water because one, I'm a believer and I believe in miracle. And I met somebody and they turned water into wine. You see, they went up in somebody's wedding and the water was there and they didn't have much wine finished. And, he done turned water up into wine. Yes, his name is Jesus. Yeah. If you never heard the story, you're going to hear it today. He done turned somebody water into wine. Like, bring me that water, boy. And he turned up that water into wine. And they had a merry wedding. So I'm not telling you that your water might turn into wine, but anything is possible. I'm just letting you know that you must put yourself in the expectation every day to expect a miracle. Wherever, whatever category, whatever area you need a miracle, set yourself up for a miracle every day. Yes, indeed. Now listen now, I have another tiny rule. It says that if I say something to you and it resonates whether it touch your heart, your mind, put in the comment section yes. When you put yes, it is showing that you are lining up yourself with the conversation that is going on here. And you are holding a conversation with me because why? This is not a monologue. This is a dialogue between you and I. So when I look over there and I see yes, it is simply mean that you are following the conversation. And whatever you put in the comment section, just remember that somebody else will be watching your comment. So put something in the comment that will teach somebody something that you learn here today. Now with that said, let me excuse myself and go on over into the audience and welcome those who are in the audience. It seems like I'm backwards. Okay, there we go. So with that said, let me welcome those who are in the audience. Yes, indeed. I see over here. Oh, I see Paulette is up front. Paulette got a VIP ticket today. Paulette is like, listen, I'm in front row. I got a VIP ticket today. I am present. She's right here. Let me tell you, she up front. She like, listen, I'm here. Right. And that is it. Welcome, Paulette. Welcome. Indeed. I see Sharon. Sharon is like, I got a VIP ticket. I like when I see VIP ticket people, they hold a VIP seat. They're like, listen, my seat is reserved. And that's what I'm talking about. Seat is reserved in here. Welcome, Sharon. And let me tell you something. Anyone who went to the bathroom and they're taking a long time, that's none of my business. But I'm just saying, life don't wait for us. So we're just going to roll on and leave those who went to the bathroom. And for those of you newbies, let me tell you something. Please don't feel shy. Wave to us, say hi to us so we can acknowledge that you're here. Because what happened, if you notice that you see the audience, they welcoming each other. And because you are newbies, like a baby coming in the family, we want to take you in the family and like, hey, welcome to the family. We get excited when we see newbies. Why? Because you're like the new baby. And we get excited, when you change up your hair, when you put on new earring and new lipstick and new clothes and new bags and new stuff, you get excited when you get something new. So we like to get excited when we see somebody new up in here. Yes, indeed. Ooh, Othello! Othello. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct, darling. Othello. I say, well, wait a minute. Now you get special welcome. You say it's your first time. I like first timers, yes indeed. So what we do, we give hearty welcome to our first time. Welcome, Othello. Othello, I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. Welcome to the family. Yes, the President Elijah, welcome to the family. We like to welcome you. Indeed. Welcome, welcome. I see Georgia. Georgia's up in here with her VIP ticket. Listen, Othello, listen. By next week, you're going to get a VIP ticket. Don't you worry, honey. Don't you worry. You're going to get a VIP ticket by next week. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Georgia, welcome, welcome, welcome. Georgia, I got to school early today. Oh, I'm going to, listen, we're going to celebrate that. I told you, whether it is your small win or big win, it don't even matter. We go to celebrate Paula because she got to school early today. Listen, honey, listen, I said, whether you went to school early, you got to school, whatever, we celebrate you. Yes, indeed. That's right. That's right. We up in here. Othello, do you have anything for us to welcome you, to celebrate for you today? Put it in the comment section. We like to celebrate up in here, up in here. Yes, indeed. So listen up, listen up, listen up. Hello, co-worker. Oh, I'm Sharon. Othello is your co-worker, you saying? I would hope that's what you're saying. All right, all right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now listen here. Listen here, listen here. Our topic, you see our topic? Our topic said, how to see the invisible. That sounds like it's contradicting. It sounds very contradicting, isn't it? How to see the invisible. How to see the invisible. Now, if we are very much aware, because you see, let me tell you something. We are smart people. We are very smart people. And like I said before, we were born geniuses. We are all geniuses. Let me tell you, we are not just smart. We are geniuses. Okay? We are geniuses. And because we are geniuses, when we see the word invisible, when we see the word invisible, simply means you can't see it. It is hidden. It is somewhere. Invisible. You can't see it. Huh? So because we are geniuses, we understand the meaning of invisible. But I am telling you today how to see the invisible. So that might sound like it's a conflict of interest, but it's not. It is not a conflict of interest. I want you to understand something here. The invisible is what's inside of us. Can I see inside of you right now by looking? No, absolutely not. I cannot. I cannot see the invisible. And we are struggling. Oftentimes we struggle with what's inside of us. Oftentimes we struggle with the invisible. But we want to see the invisible. We want to make sure that our journey is clear, our road is clear, our destiny is clear. And when we want to see that, that's what happened. That is how we are going to see the invisible tonight. So I want to welcome you. Yes, indeed. That is how we're going to see the invisible tonight, because we are going to clear the invisible. We are going to clear our eyes. We are going to clear the path of not seeing the invisible as something off. You see, the invisible is something good. I might say good and bad, bad and good, whichever way you want to look at it. But we want to see the invisible in a way where we are seeing far ahead. We want to see our destiny. We want to see our purpose. And when we see our purpose and our destiny, that is how we are going to see the invisible. We are going to see it clearer. It's like looking at my glass, right? Like looking at my glass. Can you see through my glass? Yes, you can. So we are going to see through the invisible. We are going to see how we are going to see it. We are going to tap into our inner self. We are going to tap in from our inner man, because when we tap in from our inner man, we are going to see from the inside out. Inside out. Everybody with me? We are going to see from the inside out. Yes, indeed. And when we see from the inside out, so many times we are struggling. So many times we are struggling with Stop it. So many times we are, thank you so much, so many times we are struggling with the inside. And the very thing that we are struggling with is the very thing that we need to conquer. It's the very things that we need to conquer. And what are the very things that we need to conquer? At most time, what is invisible? Doubt and fear. Doubt and fear. They're there. They're there. The very things that are invisible are present. They are there. The invisible things are there. What is invisible? Doubt and fear. But guess what? Faith is invisible as well. Faith is invisible as well. So we want to utilize faith and work out doubt and fear. We want to iron out doubt and fear because oftentimes we wrap ourselves around this invisible power, this invisible energy that is holding us. It is holding us hostage. It is holding us to a place where we are not operating on our full potential. It is holding us hostage. It is not letting us tap into our gifts. It's not letting us tap into our talent. It is not letting us operating to see a glimpse of our better self. So doubt and fear, they work together. You know that. Anybody who don't know that, you're going to know that tonight. That doubt and fear, they're like twins. They're like, hey, we together. We working together. They're running up and down together like doubt. Where are you? Fear, where are you? They work together. So anyone on this live who have experienced doubting themselves somewhere along the line is because there's a fear of doing something. Yes? Yes, yes? There's a fear of doing something. So we doubt the fact that we can do it. Can we see it? We can't literally see it, but our actions speak. Our mind captivate this energy that's saying that we cannot do something. But we were not built for that. We were built to do something. I can do all things. I can do all things. I can do all things. So doubt is nowhere there. Doubt is not a part of it. Fear is not a part of it. I can do all things. When we start feeding our mind that we can do all things, fear and doubt is not a part of the equation. But it is invisible. It is invisible. So how can we see doubt and fear? By our very action. By our very action. Because what we did, we go inside of our mind and we hear a little doubtful thought and we hold ourselves back. We tend to hold ourselves back by this doubt. But how can we erase that? By seeing the next invisible thing, which is faith. Faith activate doubt. Faith get in there like, listen, let me tell you something, doubt. I can do all things. I can do all things. And when we start utilizing our word, when we start exercising the right to speak, when we start going inside of ourselves, and because inside of us is greatness, when we go in there, we start tapping into that greatness. We start speaking the very things that we so desire. We start speaking the very things that we were created for. And that is to create greatness. Because greatness is inside of us. So doubt and fear is not a part of the equation. Absolutely. And let me tell you, first timers, just to let you know, if you don't, let me grab mine. If you don't have your writing tools, let me tell you something. Do not miss a beat. Go over to the chat area. You're going to see that there are notes being posted there. Why? Because we got great note takers here. You see, those are returning people. You know, returning artists, they drop up some notes up in there. Okay? So don't, because you don't have don't feel like you're not understanding or you're not learning. We are here to teach you. We are here to learn together. So go over into the chat. You're going to see some stuff put over there. And at most time, it is a conversation going on over there. And what I say, because I am not typing it, I have great note takers over there. Thank you so much. So again, note taker, just go into the chat and you see all the stuff just rolling up in there. You miss something, scroll up and down and you'll find them. Thank you, Pauline, for putting that there. Thank you, Pauline. Yes, doubt and fear, they like this. Woo-hoo. Have you ever seen a Siamese twin? Siamese twin, they hook on to each other. Siamese twin, sometimes they hook on from the hip, the head, the shoulder. They just latch on. They're like, no, we together. we together. So doubt and fear work together. So whenever the thought of doubting yourself, doubting your potential comes up, you tap into the next invisible thing, which is faith. When we tap into the invisible faith, it comes in and it minimizes that doubt. It minimizes that faith. So that is exactly how we want to go through life and see the invisible. The invisible is there. It is real. It is a part of life. It's a part of accomplishing your destiny. It's a part of accomplishing your purpose. Listen, life is an entire process and we got to go through it. Okay? The other thing that we go through is impatience. Impatience. So let me tell you about impatience. It is another invisible thing. And again, how do we see the invisible when we are saying, Verona, the invisible is not being seen? Yes, it can be seen because we are going to see them. As we see them, it's because I'm placing them right here and I'm sharing them right now that you can see the invisible when you look at your action. The action we take is showing. Because action is not just words. Action is you getting up, you're doing something. And when we do something, that is how you see the result of what you are doing. So when we're talking about the next thing is impatience. And when we're talking about impatience, we don't want to wait. We want microwave food. We want popcorn. We want things to pop as popcorn right now. We want things to be done now. No, it don't work like that because life is a process. And when we talk about process, you see, when I think about process, and I don't really like that word, because when we think about process, we might think about processed food, right? Processed food. Processed food, not healthy for you. But I'm not a doctor. I'm just letting you know that I know a thing or two. When I hear the word process, I'm thinking about processed food. But you see, let me use a different word. Life is a journey. Life is a journey. Some of us fear being invisible, others for fear being visible. I like that. Absolutely. Absolutely, Georgia. Some don't want to be seen. Some people fear the fact that they don't want to be seen. Some people fear the invisible, which is their greatness. And some people fear of rising up. Some people fear of taking action. Some people just, let me tell you, I mentioned this before that poverty is a mindset. Poverty is a mindset. And some people fear rising up to be successful. Some people fear rising up to be wealthy. Some people fear wealth. Some people fear success. Some people fear the fact of just not having more. So fear is a crippling emotion. It's crippling every part of us to leave us in a place of lack. And it's time that we conquer this by seeing fear for what it is. It is a crippling emotion. But guess what? When you grab that fear, put fear right there, like, listen to me. Let me tell you something. I got faith. And it's either you be quiet, or I'm going to put you on the bottom of my feet. And you stand on your ground and you stand in your power and you stand in your greatness. Because remember, audience, we are operating from our inside out. And the only thing that is inside of us is greatness. Greatness in love, greatness in kindness, greatness in peace, greatness in prosperity, greatness in abundance. Everything that surrounds our inside is greatness. And that is how we are operating from the inside out. So when we fear to be seen, it's because we are not acknowledging our greatness. When we fear to be visible to others, we are not acknowledging our greatness. We need to stand in our greatness and say, listen, I'm here. In school, growing up, when you go to school and they call for attendance, I'm present. Nobody in school hiding underneath the desk saying that they're present. No. Growing up, we had to sit in class, line up on your desk, sit there, call your name, and you got to raise your hand. I am present. So why is it that we erase that mentality and now we reach at a place where we are having fear crippling us to not let society know that we are present? We are present. We are present. Show up and let the world know that you're present. Absolutely. Yes, Georgia, some fear both. And then now, what happened? When you fear about, it's more crippling. So we are not utilizing our greatness. We are not tapping into our greatness, and we are not exercising our potential. We are not operating on that level where we are saying we are here for a purpose. We are not even acknowledging our purpose. We are not even trying to find our purpose. We are not doing that. So when we fear both, we are lacking in patience. Impatience is another level. It's another area where we don't want to wait. We don't want to wait. And when we don't want to wait, what happened? That is where don't fear everybody. It's a whole family. It's a whole family that's join in. When we are impatient, it simply means that God is saying you're on a journey. And when you're on a journey, wait for me. Wait for me. Let us not try to go ahead of God. Let us not try to go ahead of God. Wait for me. Wait for me. You know, as parents, we tend to watch our children, and as we tend to watch our children, we can't wait for them to grow up. We can't wait for them to go to school. We can't wait for them to get married. We can't wait for them to give us grandchildren. We can't wait for them to this. We can't wait. But there is something in waiting. There is strength in waiting. There is growth in waiting. There is so much in waiting. Waiting, God is saying, I see you. Patience, they say, is a virtue. So I guess we don't have virtue when we are impatient. When we watch our children, we hurry them. And so is the same mentality. We want to hurry ourselves. We want to hurry through life. We want to hurry through life. No, we are not here to hurry through life. We are not here to hurry through life. We are here to learn on this journey called life. We are not just here like, and I made it. No, because every day we evolve. Every single day we evolve. So, do you think that the butterfly hurried? No, the butterfly did not hurry, because if any one of you on here familiar with what a butterfly process is, everybody know that the butterfly came from a caterpillar, a little caterpillar like this. And believe me, I know that caterpillar was just laying there like, I'm just gonna lay here. And that butterfly did not hurry up and like, listen to me, Mr. and Mrs. Butterfly. You need to hurry up and get me out of here. No. Did not. If that butterfly that's like, there's gonna be some journey up in here, and you see this little caterpillar that's going. I guess I'm gonna come out of that. And that is it. When we are impatient, we are not seeing what we are becoming. We are not seeing what we already having us to come out of us. Okay? We are not seeing that. So we are impatient. And when we are impatient, we are losing out. We are losing out because we want to hurry up. Listen to me, God. We got to speed things up. No. We're not speeding up nothing. No. There's success in waiting. Your success story is being built in waiting. So let us remember this. When we are going through life, and that is a key word, through life, we are not going with life. We are going through life. So when we are going through something, that is it. The journey said we are going through it. So when we are going through it, guess what? There's something at the end. There's something at the end. And when there's something at the end, what happened? We must see that end result first. We must bring in that end result, and we must operate from the end result, because now you get a glimpse. Every day we should have this mentality like, let me see what I'm going to become. Let me see. Let me operate on this. When we start getting a glimpse of what greatness look like, what happened? We start operating with patience. We sit down, we wait for God, and we're like, we go and do this. That's right, Sharon. That's right. Through Christ that strengthened us, because God is saying, listen to me, I want to strengthen you. I want to do something while you wait. God is saying, I want to do something while you wait. While you sit there and just wait, I'm going to do something for you. No, imagine we sit there and we're like, we just want to go ahead. We're going to go fast. God is like, but you're going to miss out. We're not here to miss out on anything. We are here to achieve and accomplish that which we are created for. So another thing is we want to go in prayer. We want to go in prayer. Listen to me, audience. We want to go in prayer. Because you see, when we lost patience, we want to go in prayer. Prayer. When we say pray, Lord of mercy, audience, let me tell you, it is not no, you just like all you don't gotta be on all that fancy stuff. You don't gotta do all that fancy stuff. Let me tell you something about prayer. Prayer is a key. Prayer is the key to your success. Prayer is where we are going to see the invisible. Prayer is saying that we must communicate with the Creator, the one that created us. Because why? We are co-creator of God. And prayer is simple saying to us, prayer is saying, hello, I'm holding a conversation with the one that created me. That is it. Prayer doesn't mean that every time you got to go down on your knees and you got to do all this stuff and do all these things and all that. No, that's not prayer. Prayer is a communication. Just the same way I said to you that if I say something and you are responding or you are communicating in the chat, it's a conversation that we are having. And that's what prayer is. Prayer is a conversation. It's a conversation between you and God. That's what prayer is. And we want to see that our prayer are being answered. Now, sometimes we ask for prayers and we don't see answer, we get all impatient. But there is something going on when we pray. There is something operating because we are holding a conversation, We are holding a conversation with God. And in there, we're like, oh, but I need this to happen. No, it don't happen. But you get frustrated, you lost patience, and you're like, oh, Lord, God did not answer my prayer. God is answering. He's answering in his own way. In his own way. Let me tell you something. Sometimes we pray and we're like, oh, we want this to happen right now. Right now. But God is saying, no, I'm going to wake you up. And I'm going to just like clean you up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Clean you up a little bit. We're going to clean up a little bit. The prayer that you're praying for, the thing that you're praying for, I might not just hand it over to you because that's not how I operate. God don't operate like that. We just hand things over to us. No, we got to go to the ringer sometime. We got to go to some ringer. And God is like, listen to me. I'm not ready to answer you because you're not mature enough to handle that or you're still doubting me. You know what I'm saying? Because again, doubt and fear will hold us up. Will hold us back. Because when God is about to do something, God is like, I know you. You're doubting me. When we pray, God like, I know you. You're doubting me. I know. Because God is the all-knowing God. And he's saying, listen, I know what you're praying for. But you're doubting me. Why? You're doubting that God is going to answer. But when we doubt that God is going to answer, the very things that we're praying for get delayed. It get delayed. You see, God is time. We get delayed. And when things get delayed, we get impatient. You know what I'm saying? We get impatient. But I'm trying to let you know, audience, pray. No matter what, still pray. And when we pray, we want to pray for forgiveness. Forgiving ourselves. Do you know, audience? Do you know oftentimes we don't pray for forgiveness for ourselves? We pray that we want to forgive or somebody should forgive us. Right? We want, let them say they're sorry. Oh, I want to say I'm sorry to you and all that stuff. We do all of that. Lord, forgive me. I have sinned against you. And we do all of that. But how many of you know that we should pray for forgiveness for our own self? Ourselves, we need to go in prayer and Lord, forgive me for being bad at myself. Lord, forgive me for doubting myself. Lord, forgive me for doubting the very gift that you put in me. Lord, forgive me. Let me forgive myself. Look in the mirror. I said, I forgive you, girl. I forgive you, God. Boy, I forgive you. Forgive yourself. Pray for a forgiveness. Have a prayer and say, I am forgiving myself. And then you can reconcile. Because when we pray with forgiveness, we can reconcile with God, with man, and ourselves. Yes, Lord. And that is what we need at this time. We need some form of reconciliation. And so we can move on and replenish the earth. Yes, we need to replenish this earth. But how can we replenish this earth if we are not seeing the invisible? How can we see the invisible? by acknowledging that they're there. These are the very area that we need to tap into, that know that can you see prayer? You can't see prayer, but you can see the action from it. Can you see forgiveness? No, you can't see forgiveness, but you can see the action from it. There's something called action. So when we show up, we are showing up to take action. We don't just show up. I oftentimes said is that when we show up, we are not showing up for ourselves. We are showing up for our family. We are showing up for our community, and we are showing up for generations to come. So yes, when we show up, we must show up, and not only show up like, hey, we must show up and take action. Action is it. Action is the very key that is going to unlock some doors. Action is the very key that will unlock the invisible door that is holding us. Action is the very key that will block out doubt and fear that is holding us back. Action is the very key that will define our success story. Action is the very key that we need. We just don't show up. Action is the very key that we need. If we are showing up and we are not taking action, then we are just showing up just because. We must show up and take action. Oh yes, every day I pray for forgiveness for myself. Yes, yes, absolutely yes. Take action. Take action. And when we take action, we must be persistent in taking that action. Don't just show up today, take action today, and then go back. We show up today, we take action today. We show up tomorrow, we take action tomorrow. Each time we show up, we must show up and take action. Each time. Every time God woke us up, he said, listen, I'm not just waking up because I just think that you want to be up. No, what are you waking up for? Huh? We ask this question, and we must ask ourselves that question. God, what you wake me up for? Let me tell you something. I ask God. I be on some talking with God. I'm like, God, what you wake me up for? What do you want me to do today? And we are at liberty to ask God these questions. God, what you want me to do today? Now, don't sit there looking all cute. No, we're not here just to look cute. Because we are not here to impress anybody. We are here to impact lives, to inspire somebody, to wake you up. To wake you up, to empower you, to let you know that life is waiting for you. And life is like, listen, let me tell you something. Your destiny is waiting for you. So every time our eyes are open, every time our mental state of mind is aware, we must consciously go back and ask God, God, what is it that you want me to do today? We must come to this place of consciousness, people. We must come to this place of consciousness that we can ask God, what is it that he wants us to do? Because sometimes we are not aware of what we want to do. Sometimes we ourselves, because we're doubting ourselves, we're doubting our potential. God said we can do all things. He said, I can do all things. So when you get up and like, I can do all things, honey. I can do all things. When you can say these words, I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. I can do all things. Not some, not time, not percentage, nothing. I can do all things through Christ. All things. So when you wake up in the day, sometimes we have our regular routine. We get up, we get the children ready, whatever, we prepare the house, we go on to work. We go on to the job. But when we get up into a different mentality with the intention to create something for the day, and we start saying to ourselves, we start saying these things, I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. I can do all things. All. You didn't say I can do some. I could do a little bit. I could do this. I could do that. No, I can do all things. I can do all things. I can do all things. And when we start reciting, I can do all things, it start resonate. It start branding your inside. It start branding your mind. And when you start doing that, what will happen? The energy from you building that, the vibration, you will not miss no opportunity, honey, because opportunity is going to come right to you. If we live with doubt, we will be unprepared and unproductive. Absolutely. 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 We miss opportunity because of doubt and fear. But when we start acknowledging the fact that we can do all. Let me tell you, I capitalize all. We can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. You know what I admire? I admire, because we got to be persistent. Because when we be persistent, we have to give account for what we are showing up for. We got to be accountable. Let me tell you something here, audience. We can do all things. And I like when we activate the word. When we activate words are powerful, they say. Words are powerful. And when we activate the very words that we speak into the action that we would like to take, the very action, the goals that we set, the intention that we set, the expectation that we set. Let me tell you something. I admire all. I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. When we start saying that, you see that those very words, write them down, say them, write them down, say them, write them down, say them. This is why I encourage you to write things down. Because when we write them down, we are looking at it every day. And we start saying it out loud. And this is why I'd like to let you know, I admire Steve Harvey. Hashtag Steve Harvey. I admire Steve Harvey. Why I admire Steve Harvey? Every single time I turn around for the past probably, I don't know, maybe 10 years, every time I turn around, he is doing something else. It's not that he's just like, hey, I just want somebody to see me. No, every single time I turn around, Steve Harvey is doing something else. And who's the other one? Kevin Hart. But Steve Harvey most. Steve Harvey is doing something else. And I look at him like, I'm inspired by this man. Steve Harvey inspired me. Hashtag Steve Harvey. He inspired me. Let me tell you. Because Steve Harvey, I know, Steve, you're out there. I know you said to yourself that you read just this right here. See, Paul put it up there. I know you say to yourself, Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey said it like, hello, I can do all things. I know he said it. I know he sit right there and he said, I can do all things. All. And every time I turn around, Steve Harvey is doing something. And I'm like, man, bro, I see you. Because we're activating the very words that were spoken. It is not something that like the sit there. It was spoken into you before you were born. That when you get out here, you can do all things. All. Steve Harvey is not the only one that can do all those things. But he's tapping into the word. That the word said, I can do all things. So every day, guess what happened? He get up like, hey, I could do all things now. Let me see what else I could do. You see, unlike myself, you know what I'm saying? I get up, I'm like, hey, let me see what else I could do today. Every day I get up, I'm like, let me see what else I can do today. I'm like, God, what else you gonna put in front of me to do? Talking about that, let me tell you something. Audience, if you are watching this right now, and you have not voted for me, just to let you know that I am in a beauty contest. 40 and fabulous. Over 40 and fabulous. Yes, I am in there. So if you have not voted, yes, I'm going to put up the link so you can vote for me. It is, while we're doing that, we're in the same manner supporting Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So yes, indeed. So go on up in there and vote for me while you are sitting there. I am going to put the link up that you vote for me. Thank you kindly. So yes, with that said, I can do all things. Just to let you know. I can do all things. You can do all things. Paula can do all things. Sharon can do all things. Athalia can do all things. Georgia can do all things. You all can do all things through Christ who strengthened you. Yep. All things. That's it. All things. There's no question. It's all. You can do all things through Christ who strengthened you. All things. It's not a question. Do not let doubt and fear hold you hostage. Do not let doubt and fear be your friend. As we go on into this episode, I just put in the link. Please vote for me over there. If you vote, If you voted already, I just want to say from my heart straight up, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Each vote matter. Each vote matters. Okay, thank you. So for those of you who have not voted, the link is in the comment section. Because we can do all things, I just want to let you know as we close off this episode, how can you see the invisible? By forgetting the former things and move forward. Move forward so you can put on, you know what I'm going to tell you? The coat of confidence and step up and see that you were created to do all things that your mind is set on. Do not set your mind up on doubt and fear, because doubt and fear will hold you hostage, and we are not in no hostage situation here, because there's no ransom here, because any ransom, we might have to call upon the Lord. So listen up, listen up. When you have doubt, you lack confidence and wisdom. Absolutely. So let me tell you, as we close off here tonight, I just want to say to each and every one of you, how do we see the invisible? By stepping in our greatness and operating from the inside out. I just want to thank you so much. Again, repeat, I can do all things through Christ who strengthened me. And you will see the very things that you can do might just surprise you. Sometimes I surprise myself. So I'll just let you know, you won't be by yourself, because I will be here to support you. To support each other, that is the way we are going to grow. To support each other, that is the way we are going to go. Define your own success story, because it is yours. I want to thank you so much, each and every one of you, for showing up here today. And I would like to say thank you so much. Who was our first timer? Othello. Othello, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope to see you tomorrow, same time, same place, as we continue the Question Live Show with your host, Verona Willis-Brown. And that is moi. Thank you. And don't forget to drink something on my behalf. Why? Because I was back here doing all the talking and I couldn't stop to get something to drink. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Have yourself a great night, morning, noon, whatever time it is. Just have yourself a great life. See you tomorrow. Same time, same place.